During the current day, Russian military fired 6 missiles at Odesa. This was announced by the head of the press center of the Security and Defense Forces of the South, Natalia Humenyuk.
По Одесі нанесено ракетний удар 6 ракетами за допомогою стратегічної авіації.
6 missiles were fired at Odessa with the aid of strategic aircraft, approximately from the Caspian direction. As a result of the impact of 4 missiles, a civilian enterprise in a residential area of the city was damaged. A fire broke out after the rocket strike. The company manufactures furniture, so it is explosive due to paints and varnishes that are stored there.
Меблів, тому є вибухонебезпечність через лакофарбувальні вироби, які там зберігаються.
The fire covered 900 square meters of the enterprise. Rescuers put out the fire. There are no casualties. The blast shattered windows in nearby houses. I was sitting at the table. Suddenly there was a noise as if 3 to 4 shots were flying. I said, "What a roar!" And then as the wreckage fell, it was torn right by the window. The frames of 4.5 meters were broken. The frames were hanging, mosquito nets were hanging. 2 more missiles hit Odessa airport in the already damaged runway. Radar equipment was also damaged. This day, the Russian military fired at the ship area of Mykolaiv. As a result, the apartments of a 9-story residential building were damaged and the roof of the library located on the ground floor of the same building was damaged. This was reported in the press service of the regional department of the SES. Information about the injured is being clarified. According to the chairman of Mykolaiv Regional Council, Anna Zamazeyeva, for the last days in the Mykolaiv area, 12 people were wounded. All the victims were taken to medical facilities to receive the necessary assistance. The price of the last evacuation of civilians from Azovstal is 3 killed soldiers, 6 wounded, said the commander of the 36th Separate Brigade of Marines, Serhiy Volinsky. He also stressed that Mariupol garrison did everything possible to save the civilian population and asked everyone to make every effort to evacuate the military. Irina Vereshchuk, Minister of Reintegration of the temporarily occupied territories of Ukraine, said that all women, children and the elderly had already been evacuated from Azovstal. This day, the Russian army dropped an air bomb on a school in Bilohorivka. At the time of the attack, there were about 90 people there, said the head of Luhansk Regional State Administration, Serhiy Haidai. According to him, almost all the villagers who did not have time to evacuate hid from the Russian shelling in the school building.
Там було 60 людей.
60 people were trapped. They were hiding from the shelling, but the school was completely destroyed. Given that it was an air bomb, not an ordinary artillery shell, when the explosion occurred, there was a high temperature inside. Of course, the SES staff will try to dismantle the blockages as quickly as possible, but the chances are very small that someone survived there.
СНС будуть намагатись максимально швидко розібрати завали, але дуже маленькі шанси на те, щоб там залишився хтось живий.
As a result of the airstrike, a fire broke out, which was extinguished for almost 4 hours. 30 people were rescued alive from the rubble. According to preliminary information, the other 60 people who remained under the rubble died. Today, the Russian military used Grad, multiple rocket launchers, to fire on the apartment buildings in Pryvillia. 2 boys aged 11 and 14 died. A woman and 2 other children were seriously injured, said Serhiy Haidai, head of Luhansk Regional Military Administration. Police are still working at the scene and it is reported that there may be more victims. This day, communities of Mariupol and Khotyn in Sumy region came under rocket fire. According to the head of Sumy Regional Military Administration, Dmytro Zhivitsky, 1 person was injured and the fire was carried out by air-to-ground missiles. The strikes were carried out at a distance of 20 kilometers from each other by pairs of aircraft. Both shellings took place at Untitled border service. Bodyguards who served in this direction managed to move to a safe place. A train arrived at the railway station in Irpin after a long break. During the fighting in Kyiv region, the bridge connecting Irpin with the capital was destroyed, and several empty evacuation trains derailed. Minister of Infrastructure Alexander Kubrikov said that the workers of the Lviv Bridge Construction Detachment and specialists of the State Special Transport Service worked around the clock to restore the bridge. This bridge was restored in less than a month. This is very important because it is a very powerful artery that connects the city with the capital. These works are being carried out all over Ukraine, where it is already possible. Our heroic nation has shown the world how we can and continue to fight for our country, so I think we can impress by how quickly we recover. But of course, this requires an end to this war.